Hey guys, and welcome back to the Diabesties channel. Jazz over here. And in today's video, I actually asked on my Instagram and Diabesties Instagram questions that people had. And in today's video, I'm going to be answering those questions. Most are type 1 diabetes related, but some are some random ones as well. So let's get into it. The first question is, when you were living a normal life, how do you get to know that you're suffering from diabetes? So I think this person wants to know the symptoms of type 1 diabetes. And that's a very good question actually. So the symptoms of type 1 diabetes, you need to remember the 4 T's: thirsty, tired, thinner, and toilet. So when you get type 1, you start drinking a lot more water, you get very, very thirsty, and because of that, you're constantly going to the bathroom more. You feel extremely tired and weak, and you lose a lot of weight, and you lose late. Oh God. And you lose weight drastically. So those are the symptoms, so look out for those. The next question is diabetic management and examination. So when you do have to go for your exams or something like that, right? One thing is that any kind of stress does affect your sugar. So ensure that you are timetabled correctly, you're taking breaks when you're studying and things like that. When you're actually going in for the examination, a lot of the Indian laws and actually a lot of international laws also state that if you have type 1 diabetes, you show your medical certificate and you can take snacks and your glucometer, things like that, into the examination hall. So what I would do is sort of just tell the examination officer earlier on, ensure that all your supplies are in a Ziploc bag so that they can see it. And if there's any kind of a special permission required, just ensure you get all that done. But all of it is allowed by law. So take your supplies with you. Somebody just said best of luck. Okay, thank you. Okay, a question has come saying, how do we abolish rejection from work field basis diabetes when you're the most eligible candidate? So diabetes and discrimination has actually been a topic that we are trying to work on and of course fight against. But I think, the best thing to do initially is to have a conversation with your HR or the person who's hiring, and sort of just assure them that your type 1 diabetes is not going to get in the way of your work if you're qualified and skilled at the job you're applying for. If it's very clearly told to you that you are not accepted due to diabetes, you can actually take legal action because it is against the law to discriminate because of your diabetes. And of course, write to us and let's call it out. Let's call out the companies that are doing this because it's not okay. So hopefully that helps. And if we can help you out, do write to us. How can I prevent my blood sugar level from going too high after I eat? One thing that is very important to do is to carb count. So ensure that you are counting your carbs correctly and taking the correct amount of insulin for that particular meal. Depending on your insulin's onset, it's also important to know how much before to bolus. So if you've bolused enough and you've bolused correctly and you've bolused in time, you should not have that spike. The other thing is, whenever you're eating something, try and include fiber and protein into your meal and start with eating that. Go on to your carbs a little later on, and that will also avoid a spike. So try these things out and hopefully they do help avoid that post-meal spike. Please give us a detailed write-up about the diet one should follow being a type 1 diabetic. Thanking you in advance. So, honestly, I personally do not advocate for any kind of diet. I am not for low carb or keto or any of that thing. I believe that you should have a very balanced diet, and a person with type 1 diabetes should be able to eat what they want to, of course, in moderation. But I think your diet should be balanced. Follow the plate method where you have an enough amount of fiber, protein, fat, and your starches. So I think we have done an entire carb counting deck on our Diabesties, and there's also some videos which I'm going to link somewhere on the screen. So go ahead. There's no diabetic diet as such. If you're type 1 diabetic, just ensure that you eat balanced and you eat well. How to avoid that manipulating people who speak like you are diabetic. You can't do that. So I think that's a very important question, and the month of October at Diabesties is all about stigma. You need to be courageous enough to speak up against it. You need to be able to speak up and put your point, and not in a way that is demeaning to someone, but in a very matter-of-fact way. I've seen a lot of type 1 diabetes advocates get very emotional about the subject, and it's rightly so. But what I have found in my experience is that you need to combat myth with fact and science. So when you get riled up and you get emotional, the other person is actually having a lot of fun. So do not let it affect your emotions so much, but just be very matter of fact and tell them, buddy, this is what the thing is all about. And I honestly believe that you educate again, and if you still can't get through, you ignore. Don't let it affect you in a way that it puts you down. You've tried to educate, you've called it out. If it still is not affecting that person, then hey, best of luck to him, not to you. Okay, here we have some more personal questions. What insulin do I take? I take NovoRapid, which is a rapid acting insulin, and I put it in my pump. So I do not take a basal insulin because my NovoRapid is also my basal in my pump. Those of you that wear pumps know that in a pump you don't need to put 2 types of insulin, you just need to put 1 type, and the one that I use is NovoRapid by Novo Nordisk. A lot of questions about if I'm married, if I have a boyfriend, or am I single? You know what? We're gonna let that be personal for now. How should one type 1 diabetes answer politely to this question? Is there no cure for your diabetes? The most polite answer is no, ma'am, there is not any cure for my diabetes. I take insulin every day to survive. It's as simple as that. Like I said, you bust myth with science. Stigma versus science, science always wins. So I think, yeah, when someone says there's no cure, just be like, no, there is no cure, and I'm okay with that right now. If a cure comes one day, I will happily leave my insulin behind, but till then, insulin is my bestie. Monica has asked, as a woman, as a type 1, what makes you strong? I think my community makes me very strong. The knowledge I have about my condition makes me very strong. And I truly believe that I feel like the more aware you are about your condition, the more confident you will be. Lack of confidence arises when you're confused. So when you are confused, you're always hesitant, you don't know if you're doing the right thing, you don't know if you should believe a news article. The more confident you are, the more knowledge you have about your condition, the more confident you will be. So as a type 1 woman, I think the fact that I know so much about my condition, I have people in the community that support me, that gives me a lot of strength. And that's the importance of peer support, to help each other out. No question, just here to say you're awesome. Thank you so much, really appreciate that. What was your and your family's reaction after knowing all this? So I was diagnosed when I was 13 years old, and I think I must give a lot of kudos to my parents, because there was, of course, a sense of shock, more to my parents than to me. I think I was too young to really understand what this meant. I did not understand the permanence of it when I was 13. But definitely my parents really supported. They were definitely shocked, but they didn't sort of let me see that they were that shocked. And I think there was this constant and immediate support from my parents, which truly made me able enough to deal with my condition. So there was an initial shock, but there was also a very immediate, or not that immediate, but there was a very smooth transition into acceptance. And I still remember what my father told me when I was diagnosed, and because he's a sportsman, the first thing he said was, you have type 1 diabetes, but even Wasim Akram has type 1 diabetes, and he's a top class athlete. And I think in that moment, it wasn't like, oh my God, the apocalypse has come. It was more of, you know what, you have this, somebody else also has this, and they're doing great, and just like that, you will also do great. So I think in that, it gave a lot of encouragement and relief to say that, you know what, I'm gonna be okay. What helped you look at diabetes in such a positive way? I have always said, and I will continue to always say, that type 1 diabetes teaches you a lot more than it takes away from you. And honestly, I think you've been handed something by the universe. Why it's happened, why me, those are all questions that have no answers. So I truly find it a waste of time to keep thinking about why me, what did I do wrong, those are questions that have no answers, and it's not going to do anyone well. So instead of thinking about why me, what did I do wrong, just think of what if I can use what I've been given to live life in a more disciplined, positive way, with more gratitude, with more grace, with more confidence. So I think that I do not spend time thinking about questions that I know have no answers, but rather I look at it as something that, okay, listen, it's very matter of fact. Again, like I keep saying, that you've been given this, you have to live life with this. The choice is now in your hands, whether you want to live life sad and upset and in resent, or do you want to live life taking what you have and making the most of it. So I would really recommend and encourage everyone who lives with type 1 diabetes to just think of it as something you've been given, and the choice is now yours. So live happily and bolus regularly. How do you deal with days when you're feeling low and don't want to handle diabetes? Very good question. We all have those days, and I still have those days when sugars are not behaving themselves. You're doing everything right, but your sugars are not behaving, and you feel like I can't do it today, and that's okay. I think I've stopped fighting that feeling. If there are few days where I really just don't want to manage, I let it be. I just let it be for that short duration of hour, because I know that this is very temporary, that this feeling is not going to last. And giving yourself those breaks is very important. I sometimes remove all my tech. If I'm wearing a CGM, I'm wearing a pump, there are days when I just get too much of it. I remove everything and give myself a break. So it's important to take breaks, because it's not a sprint, it is a marathon, type 1 diabetes. So allow yourself to feel that, and that's okay. And allowing yourself to feel it will also help you come out of it stronger. So a very interesting question has come. What is more better to control type 1 diabetes? Natural process with docs meds or only docs meds? So I really don't understand when you say natural process, what are you meaning? Ayurveda and naturopathy? I have never been averse to trying things as long as you're not stopping your insulin. So if you do want to try a herbal remedy, if you want to try some Ayurveda, you want to try some yoga, that's all fine as long as you don't stop your insulin, because scientifically, insulin is the only thing that controls type 1 diabetes. Secondly, I'm a big believer that you should know what goes into your body. So sometimes what happens is when you get these kind of herbal remedies, there are no ingredients on top. So you don't know what you're actually putting into your body. So if you do want to try something natural, I would recommend making it yourself at home with your own ingredients. But again, never stopping insulin. Insulin plus any of this, go ahead and try it. Only this without insulin is a big no-no in my books, and I would recommend against it for you too. Alright, so I think those were most of the questions. There are a lot of repeats which we're not going to get into, but hopefully those have answered your questions. Thank you for asking and sending in your questions, and stay happy, stay healthy, please be safe. Hope all of you have been vaccinated, and just remember that you are totally type 1 of a kind. If you have any other questions, leave a comment down below. Any other videos you would like to see from our channel, leave a comment down below. Follow us on all our socials, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit the bell icon, and I'll see you again in the next video.